everybody. I'm getting ready because I'm going to, we're heading out to go pick up my dad. And then we're gonna go see Disclosure Day. This isn't an Avon product, but I don't just use Avon products, even though I sell it. But this is my new favorite product. Avon has a type of product like this. Oh my God, I hope I'm not getting my... No. It's a tinted primer. So Avon has a tinted primer, and they used to have a glow. Oh my God, they used to have a powder, but it was a powder form, and then they had a cream form. And I'll double check and see if we have something like this, but right now I'm all about this new L'Oreal Gloomy Glotion. I'm using it as a whole, I'm using it as concealer, okay? And then I go in with this Multi Glow Balm Moisturizer from Bay Free. And this one is dewy. And I'm just putting it on my cheekbones. So yeah, two of our 5 kids are down here. One lives here and one came down to visit. And it's always like that when you have a lot of kids. Getting them all together at one time in one place is a miracle. And we just take it as, you know, when those blessings happen, we take tons of pictures, don't we, Bear? And the last time we had all the kids together was my granddaughter's first birthday.
Well, it's even harder when you're in different states.
And they're all, yeah, they don't, like, one's in Georgia, one's in Fort Worth, one's in Corpus, and then 2 are with us in the Panhandle. And, you know, that's just the way it is. But we're spending a good 2 weeks with our daughter here in Corpus, and we're loving it. We're loving it. We get to see them, spend a whole weekend with them, and then we get to spend the evenings with them, and what have you. There's something that you want when you're a mother. And I actually spent my life obsessed with not losing my kids. You know, I raised them with a lot of fear. And you think you're in control. You think you can do it. You think, okay, I've protected them. I put them in a bubble, and they're safe. And you realize you're very vulnerable. And you know, my daughter experienced a pain. I remember going to our granddaughter's funeral. We had my oldest daughter. Our daughter had twins during COVID. She lost them in her pregnancies. And I remember thinking, I spent my whole life not wanting to feel that pain. And my daughter just has to go through that. And I know there's not a day that goes by that she doesn't think of what could have been. And they were big. I mean, we had to bury them. And we need to go to the gravesite. Yeah. And she's been blessed with 2 daughters. After that, for a while, she didn't even think she could have kids because of that incident. And we have 3 girls, and they mean everything to us, and 2 boys, and so they're grown, so they're big kids. I don't know why I say kids. I have to stop doing that. Like, even when I text my sons, I used to say, hey boys. They're not boys, they're men. But But I know there are a lot of people out there who are going through it, who've experienced a loss that they didn't sign up for. They didn't expect it, but we're older and we expect it. But I just want to say, there's a woman that she's a subscriber, and she's followed me since my TikTok days, and I just want to tell Debbie, I know I can only imagine how hard it is to have a birthday without your baby, without your daughter. And you know what, Debbie? You do you. You have to do you. You're gonna have to take this day and make it what you want. You gotta feel it. Every time Bear has a birthday coming up or Christmas, he gets real sad because he has to go through it without his brother. And you take your time. You're very tender. Someone told me you don't get over loss, you just go through it. And I think that is the truth. You go through it. You're never going to get over it. You're just not. And I want to tell you something. Alyssa and Emily love you. And they're there for you. And I know they're going to stand by you and let you grieve the way you say you want to grieve. And, you know, in Mexican tradition, we have altars. And I have an altar, well, since we moved to Amarillo, I haven't set it up yet. I'm one of those people that takes forever to unpack. We've literally been in Amarillo for 2 years. Well, it will be 2 years in August. But I have an excuse. I was sick last year. But the kids grew up with this altar, and it was Dia de los Muertos altar that we just never wanted to take down. It was so beautiful, you know, with candles and flowers and all the pictures of our loved ones that have passed away, great-grandparents, you know, my grandfather, they're my children's grandparents on their dad's side, our nephew, his brother, my best friend, all this, you know, it just memorializes the people that we love. And every day, it's like every day there's this altar, and we walk by it and we see it and we light candles for it. I love that, and I can't wait to, and okay, and also our pets, because we had our pets cremated, and their little wooden boxes are on this altar. And on the Day of the Dead, which is November 1st. Well, it's actually the 31st, October 31st and November 1st, but I think November 1st is for the babies, right, babe?
I don't know.
I can't remember, because now we just kind of celebrate it all. We just do it, you know, when you're in Texas, especially South Texas, they literally have celebrations in the city for Dia de los Muertos. You go to the grave site. We never went to go to the grave site. First of all, they're all over the place. So we just had this altar. And when my kids were younger, they would ask, well, what was, you know, you put their favorite food by their picture. And they would ask what was Oma's favorite food, what was Opa's, what was great-grandma's, what was the, and, you know, some years we would put out food, but then when we got cats, that was a pain to keep the cats off the food. But I did see this one thing on Pinterest where you take a cake stand and you have like a little buffet on that cake stand, the little cake stand, just little treats, and then you cover it with glass so your pets won't get into it. And it's just a way of remembering. That's how we do it. I think there's something beautiful about altars, and it's just, even if it's just for your one loved one, or your one pet, or your multiple loved ones and multiple pets. Ours is huge. Ours is a big altar, and it's going to go in my office. And I just think it's a loving gesture for us, the living, to be reminded to treat each day special, and to remember these loved ones that were vivacious and alive and struggled and hurt and are no longer in pain. So I'm just giving you a tip, and for all of you who are going through a loss and you're like, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go, I always tell my students about the importance of remembrance days. We do that for 9/11. And so I would say the first step is to remember. And my daughter does that. When you go to her house, she has a stone for the twins, and she has their names and flowers, and it's just, you remember that this home is missing two people, but they're in our lives, you know? And I just always thought that was so beautiful. So if you don't know where to go, if you don't know what to do, start with remembrance. Build an altar on your dining table, on an armoire, on your TV console, just, you know, or even a little one in your vanity set. I can't wait to get our altar back up. And I know this is longer than I had planned, but you know, Debbie, and for all the Debbies out there who are struggling with the loss of a loved one, I'm thinking of you. And share in the comments who you're missing right now. And y'all take care, and God bless.